How are we doing this week?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How did Reactivity go?
Real good. I've had him sitting when I was dogs go by, where we normally would ballistic. And I know because one day I took him out just to do a quick pee, and I didn't have power on, and there was reaction.
So you got the dog?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, but when I've had this, no problem. I've gone on like a mile walk with him.
Nice.
And when I do it,
What's your number currently?
35.
Let's go 45.
And yeah, I've been doing it maybe on like 25, 35 too.
Yeah, now it's so here's any more changes and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, we have more dogs here.
Yeah.
Sort of attention is. When you look at Sykes here, go to the camera, right there. Right there. Very good. Good. In the beginning, when you're tapping, you kind of learn to recognize when the tap is matching him emotionally. And so the physical contraction of the tap matches that emotional state of that message. Okay? So here when you tap him, okay, kind of got up and he curved right in front of you.
Yeah.
You see like how he's still kind of active, right?
Yeah.
So I can tell that we're closer to the number. But he's still like, very active. Okay? Now when you walk with him in the neighborhood, is he like this or is he calm? He's calm. He's calmer? Okay. That's what I care about the most because for some people, like we get nothing here, but it's worse than this.
Right, he was totally chill. The worst he's been since I left here was when we came back in.
Oh, okay, sure. Can you give me space?
Coming back in here, plus I had it on dog food, which he had to tell me. And
Sure.
I was hitting him and he was going ballistic trying to get in here.
Sure.
So I've had, those kind of little foibles, but other than that, I've been doing it at least 2-3 times a day.
Good.
Like I said, some of our walks we do 1 hour.
Yeah, it's good.
And I right hand, left turn. I'm turning right around, over to the left turn, walking zigzag.
Yeah.
We have a big garage like this. The other thing we did is I sat in and walked together in the garage and I called.
Got it.
Oh, that's all? Well, I did that a couple of times.
Sure.
But that's all.
Okay. So we're going to work on today. Hey, Enrique? Enrique? Go ahead and shut that blower off and close the door so we don't get the construction noise. Hey, we're going to do a quick review of the heel. We're going to work on the second half of it. It's half if you want to say the heel, right?
No, I was just having it.
And then, street in German?
No, check.
Check. So if you want to use your check curve, so we'll start with regular keys again, and then I'll also work with you guys as well. So, do you handle Sykes at all? You know? Do you handle Sykes? Like, do you walk him or anything?
Rarely.
Right.
I usually have to take him out late at night. He's asleep and he's not here. So, but there's nobody out there, it's the 2 of us.
Sure.
And when he goes out, he clearly wants to leave, he has to go and use that.
Gotcha.
So that's how we do.
Okay, gotcha. But you handle Sykes. Okay, so I'll make sure to work with you today. So go ahead and just show me, how you were working with him this week, the back and forth stuff, and then we'll take it from there.
I got one question.
Yeah.
So he now knows the difference between when it's on and when it's off.
Sure.
Should we just have it on him, whether it's on all the time, like whether the
You mean inside the home?
yeah. So his behavior is like he knows basically.
Sure.
And he can touch his tail when it's time to put it on.
Sure.
And then he goes crazy when he's taking it off.
Sure. I'll send you guys some videos so that you can correct him in the home when the collar's not on. Because in the home, it's like maybe barking out the window type stuff. And a lot of people talk about like the dog recognizing when the collar is on. So I tell them it's like a cop, right? When the cop's around, you alter your behavior. All of a sudden, you're going to speed limit and stopping at stop signs and all that stuff. is I'll send you a few videos so that you can correct Sykes' behavior within the home without becoming reliant on the collar. Okay, but outside, because you have to account for dogs, off-leash dogs, you know, segways, scooters, bikes, skateboarders, all that stuff, that's when you need the collar.
But I have to say, between the time he came last week and coming today, when he's, during the day, when we would normally have a lot of, him standing by the window and barking, he's been very docile. When you say that he's not been as
escalated? Good. Good.
in the past.
Yeah, because now that he's getting formal discipline, go ahead and slow down to a stop, sir. Good. Now that he's getting formal discipline that's matching him, ideally it should start affecting the inside behavior, but if it's nonsense outside, you're going to get nonsense inside. Does that make sense? So that's good to hear. So anything that's residual, the videos I'll send you should help you address that stuff. Okay, so you got to start balancing things out a bit more. All that looks really good. Any questions about the stuff we covered last week? So from the
Only what he said, because I didn't hear you respond. You know, this dude knows when that collar is on, because I'll get the collar, you know, after I charge it, and I'll call him, and he goes down, all the way downstairs and sits near the door. I have to come to him.
Oh, with the collar on? Yeah. So that's common in the beginning. Once he gets used to it, and it, like, he toughens up, not in the sense of like toughen up and then he'll be more reactive, but toughen up in terms of like being able to handle stress and correction, he'll come wagging his tail to it, okay? If you want to expedite that process, when you get the collar and he runs off, just grab a couple of pieces of cheese, whatever, go down, don't say anything, show him the collar, give him a treat, put it on, give him another treat, go for your walk, come back, grab the collar, give him a treat, remove it, give him a treat, and then you're done. Okay, repeat that every time you do it, and eventually he's going to see the collar and he's going to light out and he's going to be happy for it. Otherwise, if you just keep consistent with the walking process, eventually he gets over on his own, just won't be happy like that.
Okay, let me ask you this. I've been debating, do I leave the thing on most of the day, or do I just put it on when I'm going to take him out?
Sure.
What do you recommend?
For now, just put it on 15 minutes prior, then go on your walk, leave it on for another 15 minutes, then remove it, okay? I'm going to send Denalda here some videos on how to correct him for any behavior within the home. If you want to put it on him for like 30 minutes just to kind of get him used to it and not think e-collar is always going to happen, you know what I mean? Like he's wearing it, and you might see him like some dogs will be like sitting in the corner, and also the owner to ignore him, right? Because the problem is people put out the dog to expose the more to get over it, but then when the dog is sitting in the corner, they're like, oh my God, it's okay. I'm like, no, now you're telling the dog to be sat in the corner. All right, just let him get through it. Right? So you can expose more to it by having him wear it more, but I wouldn't worry about having it on all day in order to control behavior, because there's another means of correcting him inside the home, so you don't become reliant on colors.
That's why I was asking, because I wanted to know if we were going to eventually get to the point where I didn't have to put the collar on him at all, you know.
Right, so you have to account for outside, right? Outside, you have dogs, off-leash dogs, segways, skateboarders, all that stuff, right? That's when you have the collar on. But inside the home, at some point, people move away from it because there's not as much going on in the home to control the environment.
But what I'm really asking is, is there any point, like 3 years down the road, 3 months down the road, 10 years, where I don't even have to put the collar on him, I can just put the choker and leash, and he will have learned through this process, or am I tied to this forever?
You drove here?
Yeah.
No speed limit?
No.
Well then, right? So, the process is consultation.
Okay.
Humans, we have cops, right? And we know better. We know the law. We know the rules. But people still break the rules, right? But if there's a cop present, what happens?
I'm going to chip.
Yeah, so that's a cop.
Okay.
So I've had people in the past who passed it, yes.
Okay.
Super rare. But then my thought process is like, okay, 2 years down the line, who's great, we don't need the remote anymore, right? But then someone's off who's far remote to you. Piss them off, and now you have no means of stopping it.
Okay.
Right? So it's more so there, just in case shit happens. Maybe somehow There was a, I don't know if you guys are aware of the kind of course they have off leash and attack the dog. It was over on Michigan by Roosevelt, just like a block of Roosevelt. It was a kind of course that broke off the leash, ran across Grand Park, ran over Michigan, and attacked the dog. That dog was actually one of the clients. Yeah. Okay. Shit like that. Okay. Now in that case, like I would be with Sykes because he's got to defend himself, right? But what if Sykes got off the leash? Yeah.
You need to have a way to.
Yes. Because it happens, right? It's not that you're always using it.
Yeah.
You're doing that now. But if that is present, it's the cop that keeps them in check. But in case something happens, you also have that means of control.
Okay, so you answered it completely plus, because what I think you said was, always have it just in case, but as time goes by, I might not need to be banging them all the time. I just have it in my pocket just in case something happens.
Correct.
But you recommend, especially, because, you know, we live in Beverly, but we're living in South Loop, like I told you temporarily. When we go back to Beverly, the Forest Service is right across the street.
Sure.
So I was needing to know, he's not gonna be around as many dogs, so I just needed to know if this was a lifelong thing.
Yeah.
So you answered it, I got it.
Yeah. And I do get people that move past it, you know, and their dogs are great. But I'm like, yeah, but what if life happens? You know? But that's personal choice. So in Beverly, I have a friend that lives out there, so I'm familiar with the area.
Okay.
You know, he's calling and show us like, yeah, we don't need a woman in the South Loop, then we needed it in less.
Got it.
Okay. So all that looked good. So with the previous training, did they go over terms and everything with you? It looked like you were using one of those terms.
Some of the terms, yeah, but I'd have to get the sheet back to, you know, I know heel is nose, and comes, what else do I know? Sit is,
I'd rather, you understand English pretty well.
You can do two words, you can do middle language if you'd like to. Yeah, so you can keep your check and you can do English, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is when you cue the heel,
yeah,
do you remember which leg to start with?
left.
Left leg, correct, right? So you cue the heel, left leg, so you know that already. When coming to a stop, you know how to come to a stop.
What I usually do is left, right, and stop, and wait for him to sit down.
Okay, so we're gonna add one extra step here, is changing your pace.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're walking at a normal pace like this, and you just do this, and then keep going, right? So what you're gonna do is heel, you're walking, you're gonna slow down at least 3 steps, more is fine, and then come to a stop. Okay, I'm gonna have you get a little bit more slack here for Sykes, and your number is currently at what?
We're at 45.
Let's go to 50. Let's see if I can calm down that anxiety there. Okay, and go ahead and cue that heel when you're ready.
That's it?
And you're going to slow down and then stop. Tap. There we go for that auto sit. Very good. Okay, now here, if you come to a stop and you feel like Sykes is starting to forge a bit, those turns, this turn and tap, will kick into effect. Okay, because you see how he's just a wee bit ahead of you?
Yep.
So go ahead and take one tiny step forward. Right there. It should be right shoulder to left leg. That's where he should be. So you did your job, and he did start to slow down, but he just forged a little bit. Okay. So when the next time you come to a stop, if you see Sykes' right shoulder start to pass you a bit, just go into that turn and tap, and we're going to try again. Okay. So that we line up correctly. When you're ready, heel.
That's it?
Go ahead and go into a pivot. Good. Go ahead and pick up speed. Then you'll slow. Get ready for that stop. Tap, 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 tap. Right, so you see how you got ahead of you there? I'm going to have you keep it more so straight back and forth, because if you try to turn around, you'd walk into that door there. Okay? So go ahead, when you go heel here, instead of going left leg, you're going to cue heel and turn into him with that right leg, so that you cut him off and straighten him out.
Okay.
Okay? Heel.
That's it?
Go ahead and pivot. Okay.
Now, so pivot turns, that what, you told me slow turns last time, that's why I was doing all that.
Oh, no, you're fine. So go ahead and slow down and stop. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay? So that right shoulder should be parallel to that left leg. So just getting used to that. Because people tend to get locked up on, I'm coming to a stop. And what ends up happening is, he stopped with you, but he's over here. And for most people, as long as the dog's not all over the place, it's better. And they go, yeah, but that's not heel, right? Because heel's very strict. So if you ever come to a stop, even though your intention is a stop, if Sykes passes, even if he's going to come to a stop, it's still not the correct positioning. You always default into that turn and tap to correct them, turn again, slow down, and then try to come to that stop. Okay? So always trying to keep consistent with his alignment. The more strict you are, the better he's going to be. Okay? We'll try a couple more. Otherwise, all that looks good. Go ahead, heel.
That's it?
Got another stick over here, right?
Yeah. Tap. Good. Heel. Good. And slow down. Tap. There we go. Good. Excellent. Good. So that looks good. So just getting him used to the heel left leg, which he's already familiar with, correct?
He's becoming, I wasn't consistent with the heel left leg. I just walked him this past week.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
doing that. Yeah. So for this past week, it was really just doing those turning taps.
Right, that's what I was
used to the remote with it. So now we're going to start applying all those. We're going to start applying all those strict rules. Okay. So for the dogs, it's communication. So the reason why we do left leg, he's got a wider peripheral range. You can see that left leg moving, right? In more advanced training, right leg means no moving, right? So here we're just getting used to that. Because for him, you know when you're going to turn, you know when you're going to stop. So that slowing down, you see how that's helped him line up better? It's because it's like driving, right? If you're driving, you just hit those brakes, what's going to happen? Yeah, the person behind you is going to crash, possibly into you too abrupt. You pump our brakes, let the person know I'm slowing down, then we come to that stop, right? Whenever we're going to switch lanes, you call on those blinkers, let the people around us know, hey, I'm going to the right, I'm going to the left. You slow down as well, and then you cross over, right? It's going to be the same thing for Sykes here. So that slowing down is super important, and it's a forever thing, okay? Because again, if he's not psychic, he's not going to know automatically what you're going to do. So when you slow down, if Sykes is paying attention, he slows down as well, and he's able to watch what you're doing, so that if you're doing a crossover or you pivot back, he's able to move with you because he's had enough time to read the situation, okay? And that's like the one thing that people always forget is the slow down, because they're so used to just walking on their own pace, right? But now that you're walking with him, it's the same thing as driving, there's other drivers, and that's why we have to do those things, okay? So, questions about any of this so far?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
At some point, I would like to have a run of this because I just realized I have always only used my right side. And I noticed you're using the left side.
Correct.
And so I'm probably confusing them.
Okay.
And because I don't know what I'm doing.
Sure.
If it's left up to me that I have to help them, I would like to feel the confidence that I know what I'm doing.
Sure.
Okay, Dawn, why don't you take over for
Sure.
a while so she can get her turn before we finish too? Come on. You want to come now, do you?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
Because you already know how to do the turn, like you're already familiar with this.
Yeah, you saw me. If what I was doing was right, then I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna show her as well,
Okay.
so I'll go more in depth with her right now.
That's
Just get her
good. That'd be
comfortable.
good for him too.
And then you can observe it, and if we have time left over, I'll have you guys go over it too. Okay? And you have the videos too to always review if needed.
You haven't watched the videos, you know?
I did watch the video, but I don't know how to do this. I told you, this is how this is what I would do. This is how I walk him, right now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get her situated.
So this,
Up. Go down a little bit, there's 5. There we go, okay. So here, is that how you hold the leash?
No.
How would you like to hold it?
well, this is what I've been doing. So what do I need to do? And he would be here.
Sure. So
Things
we're
I'm-
gonna do here. Yeah, so we just want to keep the left side consistent because that will confuse him.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to take the lead for a moment.
Yeah.
This loop here, like this. Okay. I think it'd be easiest to hold your system.
Oh, in the same hand?
Maybe this would be easier for you because here, this acts as a line.
So I can use my right hand.
Correct, you can,
Okay.
but we're not gonna shorten it like you had before, so move that over your thumb, okay? And then with the left hand, you're just gonna bring up to about here,
Okay,
okay? And then I'm gonna show, yes, exactly, just like that.
okay,
So what you're doing here with that, with the leash on your left hand, that locks your leash, okay? So you gotta be clear about that. Okay? So if something were to happen and he were to lunge, it shouldn't pop the leash out of your hand.
okay,
Okay, so that's what you want to do this. If for whatever reason this hand's not on the leash, you have a secondary lock.
right,
Because he can't pull the leash from through your thumb. If you did pull the leash through your thumb, you got a bigger problem.
right,
Okay?
Okay.
So, and now you have your remote there. Okay? And you're going to relax. Good. So when you walk with Sykes, you should always be nice and relaxed.
okay,
Because it's a conversation. If you're tense when you're walking with him, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Okay? And he's going, mom's tense. She's telling me she's not comfortable. So then it puts him on guard and he's thinking he has protection. Okay? So if you're nice and relaxed and there's tension on the leash, what does that tell you?
it tells him he can do what he wants.
So-
But it tells him that I'm nervous.
No, if you're relaxed and he's tense, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
He's about to go after something.
No.
Correct. Well, yeah, we're getting there. So relax. Okay. So if you felt tension on the leash, right? You're walking with Sykes like this. You're relaxed, correct? And you felt the leash pulling this way. What does that tell you?
There's something that's got his attention over it.
Correct, right? He's communicating, I'm distracted, right?
Right.
So the leash is a communication.
I got it.
So if you're tense, the communication is I'm tense. So you want to be relaxed. But if there's tension and you're like, hey, I'm relaxed, there shouldn't be tension, it tells you that he's doing something he shouldn't.
Okay.
Okay? And here, we have the leash short but not tight. You know, there's some slack there, so that he has the space to make mistakes so that we can correct them. Because you have to give the opportunity for them to do the behavior so you can correct them and tell them, nope, that's not what you're supposed to do, but then you also can correct them what you're supposed to do instead.
Okay.
So, questions so far?
We got that so far, I think. So, right hand holding the loop with the remote, and the remote I have to keep here because this is my zapper.
That's the bumpy button is what we'll be using for the corrections, correct?
Okay.
Now, your dial here
Yeah.
is what changes your levels.
Okay.
Clockwise goes up, counterclockwise goes down, okay?
And in the heat of things, am I using my left hand to do that, or am I multitasking with my right hand?
For now, I would keep it simple, step aside, and just pull through that up. Remember, Rachel?
Yes.
That up, right? And then you'd actually slide your hand out and go higher, like that. So you see how you don't have to go as high?
Yeah.
So the more slack you give on the left side, the more you appear.
Okay.
Right? And I always tilt higher, because the closer you are to his prong, the
Uh-huh.
more immediate control and leverage you're going to have.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay.
Because for now, you can keep it at the number you have when you're correcting them if needed, but it's going to be so much stuff, like
Right,
information,
exactly.
you're going to get flooded,
Right.
that I would just focus on just worry about how to use
Okay.
space and tools,
Okay.
and then as you get comfortable with it, you just learn how to change it on the fly.
Okay.
Okay? I'm going to give that slack back. That's good. Yep, that's good. And relax. Good. So, if Sykes were to get ahead of you, do you remember what we do?
I think you pull back.
Oh, we don't pull back. We never pull back. It's the worst thing you can do.
Oh,
You failed already.
no. Okay.
No. So yeah, never pull back.
Okay.
Okay, so back escalates.
Pull up,
Yep.
pull up. So sit,
There you go.
sit.
Yep. And then relax.
Sorry.
I'm zapping them.
Relax. Good. Relax. Relax. There you go. So, it's a lot of stuff.
This is frightening.
Okay, we'll keep it simple. Yeah, never pull back
Okay.
if you can. If it's like turn a corner dog and you have to pull back to prevent the situation, I get it.
Okay.
But when people see their dog see another dog, they start to pull back, you're escalating, you're causing tension.
Okay.
Remember, you don't ever want to be tense. Okay? If anything, up. Okay? Yes. Up de-escalates.
Yeah.
Back, up and back escalates.
Yeah.
Right? Always up.
Or is that?
Correct. Or both.
Or both?
Okay?
You said up and back also escalate, so it's gotta be up.
Straight up, just like that.
Yeah.
So never like this, never like this, always like this.
Okay.
Okay? And relax. And then once he gives you what you're looking for, okay? Because when you're putting that pressure on, okay, that trauma pressure, the you pressure, you're telling him what he's doing is incorrect, right? That you don't want that behavior.
Yeah.
So if the dog passes and you're still like this, there's still tension,
Yeah.
he doesn't know what he did right or wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why you have to ease that pressure. So he goes, oh, okay, when I saw the dog and I grew up, this happened, but as soon as I relaxed and stopped, it went away.
So let me ask you the definition of, is it enough that he just feels me pulling up? Or do I have to actually, like,
Depends on the situation.
tighten his collar very?
If he's like, if you're to be like really going at it,
Yes.
I want to be, first thing I want is that immediate,
I'm gonna grab the
You
lead.
gotta go lower on the
yeah,
leash first.
and then you go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, if he's really lucky, I worry about this, because
Yeah.
this is going to prevent the situation,
Okay,
right? Because if it's too much slack and he gets forward, now the two dogs can meet.
right,
But by doing this, I'm keeping them back.
okay,
Then I worry about the remote. Okay,
Okay.
because in the beginning, it's a step-by-step process until eventually you practice this so much that it becomes habit.
Yeah.
So for me, if I'm walking with the dog and I just turn and I see, you know, a dog surprise me, right away, boom, 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 I'm like this,
Okay.
real quick, right? But because I've done it so much.
Yeah.
So that's why for my clients, when they struggle with reactivity, most people want to go to avoid the situation. I go, no, confront it. Because what you're doing is you're stepping aside, you're doing all these, how do you say, these movements, right? And you can take your time because you see the situation that happen, and you're doing it on slower because it's not immediate. But if you keep doing that and you force the situation, you're actually practicing this habit of always preparing. So when you do turn that corner one day, oh my God, dog, you've done it 100 times.
got it.
And your brain's gonna just kick into all these things, okay?
Okay.
So, when it relax, good, that's the last thing. Go ahead and put those arms down.
That's gonna be the hard part.
Yes,
So,
okay,
if someone
That's a
has,
quick question. And when I take him out for his initial pee or poo, we discussed about the collar. I'll have the collar on.
oh, sure.
But you said, before we start our walk,
Where's that?
he should get his pee,
Yeah.
he should get his pee and poo first, and he should basically be free, right?
Sure.
So when I come out of the door, there's no dogs, I just let him go free without any commands. I wait till he pees and poops, then I pull him up. Is that the proper way to do it?
Now that we've done the formal heel
Yeah.
with the cue, now you can come out your door, you can do the heel, go to the spot, then issue the release. Once he's done, cue back into the heel.
Okay, yeah.
The spot is literally right outside the gate. So like,
This helps.
when I walk out the gate,
Sure.
I don't think it's that big.
Yeah.
I walk out the gate, I don't go right to the.
Sure, then I would say it's handler preference.
Hey, do you know which line is leading to that bathroom over there? Because I turned the water on, but it's still not coming. Underneath the sink, is that just where you shut it off at? What's this-
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever messed with.
Really?
Yeah, you can try asking my brother, see what he says. I'm sorry about that.
that's it.
Yeah, so handler preference then.
Okay.
Okay, if you're like, I want to be strict, then you're strict. And if you decide it's 2 feet away, it's 2 feet away.
Yeah.
Okay? Because that's so minimal to him. But if it was outside and you're like, should I heal him for 30 minutes or let him do whatever he wants for 30 minutes? I would say heal. Okay? Because your dog becomes what you practice. So if you practice a lot of do whatever you want, you get a do whatever you want kind of dog.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
So going back to the turns, we never pull back, if anything, up. Okay? But if Sykes is getting ahead of you,
Yeah.
because this is for behavior,
Yeah.
this is for when he sees a dog,
Yeah,
it's up. But if it's you're walking with Sykes and he's getting ahead of you,
yeah.
it's immediate turn to the right, inhale.
Immediate turn to the right and tap.
Correct. So you're gonna just, you know, if you're walking like this and he gets ahead of you, right back, just straight back.
Abrupt turn.
An abrupt turn. And you're gonna be tapping at the same time until Sykes comes into position like this.
Okay,
So we'll start with that first, okay, keep it simple.
okay.
So go ahead and relax. You're gonna start walking forward, legs don't matter now, but if you want to start with the left, you can.
Relax, baby.
Yeah, keep your arms down.
You know, is he supposed to be on my leg? Because he's right up on there.
Yes, and keep relaxed.
Okay,
There you go. So he's doing good.
okay. Now what?
Now you're gonna slow down. Now slowly turn to your right. That's okay. Yep, you're good. You can go a little faster than that. You see how he turned with you?
Yeah.
Now relax your arms. There you go, and keep forward. So yep, and pick up the pace a little.
Yeah, just walk like you don't have a monkey with your arms to your side.
I'm trying.
Good. Going to slow down again. Get ready for that turn. Turn to your right. That's fine. Good, nothing here because he's turning with you and going to pick up your pace again.
I am walking normally.
So here, you see how you're starting to forge a bit?
Yeah.
Now you're going to just turn, tap, tap, tap. Good, and forward.
Right, so this,
That's because you're tapping him on your leg. Just keep walking
no,
straight.
but this always happens. This is part of my problem. He walks in front of you.
Yeah, so what you want to do is command that space. So go ahead and straighten yourself out, right? And just walk through. Walk, bump, 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 bump. There you go.
Because that's going to happen when we try to make a right turn, too. So
Go ahead and slow down, slow to that turn. Good. There you go. Now go ahead and pick up your pace. Good. So do you feel any tension here?
No.
Right? And that's how it should feel when you're walking Sykes. Okay? Right? Good. And then go to a slow turn.
Oh.
Don't worry about your legs now. You're just slowly, yeah. So there's formalities to this, but I'm not worried about that right now.
Okay.
Because as long as you slow down and Sykes is paying attention, he should slow down and move with you no problem. Good?
I wouldn't walk him because he's so much to handle. That's right.
Good? There you go. Good. And then slow down and stop. So you see right there how he's ahead of you, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and make that turn, that right turn. Tap, tap, tap. Better. Good. It's okay. Keep straight, keep straight. Command that space. Relax those arms. Slow, slow turn. You got it. Good. Good turn. Go ahead and pick it up. Go ahead and slow down. Slower, slower, and stop. Good. That's better. Okay. He's a little bit ahead of you, but better. Okay. So that's slowing down. Why are we doing that?
We're commanding or giving him an instruction that he knows what I want him to do, which is to stop.
Right? And then you're slowing down why?
I don't know why. Why am I slowing down?
because you weren't paying attention when he was telling me, that's why.
I was paying attention. I learned by doing though, but that's
We slow down because you know when you're going to stop. You know when you're going to turn.
Yeah.
Right? Is he psychic?
no.
So does he know that? Right?
Right.
So just like with driving,
Yeah.
right? If you're coming to a red light or a stop sign,
You're slowing down.
Right.
Okay.
Because if you just abruptly stop, what's going to happen to the person behind you?
Even the person in the passenger seat.
Yeah, right. So we do the same thing for the dogs. We slow down to
Yeah.
let him know something's changing.
Okay.
If he's paying attention, what should he do?
He should slow down as well.
Slow down.
Oh, so as for instance, if you're walking on the street, you're coming to an end of the block, you've got a light, so you want to slow down because you're going to end up having to have him sit at the corner
Correct.
until the light changes, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so think of it that way.
Okay.
So, and this is forever.
Okay.
Okay, because he's never one day gonna wake up and be psychic and know what you're doing.
Got it.
Heel is kind of like dancing. You guys dance?
Yeah.
In dancing with
Yeah.
couples, there's a leader and a
Yeah.
follower,
Right.
right? And the experienced dancer can make an inexperienced dancer look
A
good
great
because they know how to lead.
Yes.
Right. Same thing for dogs. I come in and I'm working with the dog, and the owner's like, "Oh my God, the dog works so fast." I'm like, "Or you just have a good trainer."
True.
Because I know how to use my leg movements and all that stuff, and I'm
Right.
gonna use these tools.
Right.
The dog picks up on it real quick, right? So same thing here for Sykes. You're leading. You are always leading the walk, right?
Okay.
He's going at your pace. He's stopping when you stop. He's putting that butt down. He's behaving himself.
Okay.
So, but it's only fair that we communicate, and that's where that slowing down comes into play.
Yeah.
At least 3 steps, more is fine. Okay? But if you just do like a 1-step slow down, like it's too abrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least 3 steps. And he should line up with you just like this. Ideally, right shoulder a little bit further back. Yeah, perfect. Like it would be like that.
Uh-huh.
And that would be like the perfect stop. Okay?
Okay.
Now, me personally, behavior always supersedes obedience. Okay? So if Sykes is a little off on the positioning, but his behavior is what you're wanting, That's what I care about.
Okay.
Okay? I only make things super strict if the dog needs it, because I get some dogs that you can't give them any inch of leniency, because they need that strictness and black and white approach in order to keep their behavior in check. Okay, so if he's doing great, yeah, he's a little bit off, or he's sitting kind of crooked, I don't care, it's family pet. What dictates that, how lenient you are is, of course, the reactivity. If it's not a problem, then I'm cool with like a little bit off, nothing perfect. Let's go ahead and start walking again. Good, go ahead and pivot, or I'm sorry, yep, slow turn, you're good. Go ahead and pick up your pace. Good, yep, and I'm gonna have you go to a brisk pace here, okay? Get ready for that turn. There you go, nice turn. And then get ready for a stop. Right, tap, tap, there you go. That's fine. Good. Forward. Good turn. Good. Going to pick up again on the pace and get ready for a stop. Right. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. So that's like the perfect stop right there. Okay. So the formalities of heel really don't matter. I teach them because, you know, it does help. But really the most important thing is just if he passes that turn, because you're telling Sykes you need to be mindful of what I'm doing.
Sure.
Right? But then in response, if he's paying attention, you're using that body language, and really it's just a change in speed.
Okay.
So in heel, there's formal ways of turning. So like for the left turn, is leading with that right leg. Is that how you do it?
Well, yeah, see what happened with me is, when I kept doing your left turn, and so I said, I'm gonna hop ahead.
Sure.
I'm gonna start turning him to the right. So when, of course, the way he is, he starts leaning into me like
Sure.
this. So I would kick out and then turn in and kick out and turn in.
Sure. So that's technically correct, but we switched the leg.
Huh?
You're technically correct, but instead of, because you did like this,
Yeah, see, like,
I do
So it
this.
should be
Oh.
right leg.
Because-
so instead of me starting him and then moving him, because see, he'd be moving into my left leg, so that's why I push him and then turn into
Sure.
it like this.
So the reason why the right leg is better
Okay.
is because he's so big. If you turn left,
Yeah.
a lot of people trip.
Okay.
So, but when you lead with the right, it pushes them this way, which clears the space for the left leg, which then I come in with the right leg again.
I'll try you.
Okay?
That's just the way I naturally did it, but yours
A
makes
lot
more
of
sense,
people,
so
a lot
I'll.
of people do that.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure with the prior training how you were taught, because I've seen people do the left leg and hate it because they're always tripping.
Okay.
The right leg is much smoother and actually, because the left leg sometimes pushes the dog up this way.
Okay.
The right leg, if you're doing it correctly, pushes the dog to the
So
side.
you're saying, here's the dog to my left, so, and he's coming this way, so you just want me to go right like that?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Jesse, just so you know, from the previous training, we didn't get to any, I mean, this is
All the
more,
formalities. Gotcha.
we more got into verbal commands, the sit, sit, lay down.
Uh-huh.
That's all that guy really worked with us on.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, all I really had worked with him was come, sit, heel, and lay.
And leg, that was it, so we haven't done any of that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sit is Sydney.
Suddenly,
Sydney.
He responds well to snaps.
Well, he
All the
uses-
finger snaps?
Yeah,
Sure.
he uses finger snaps.
So-
That's the thing, we all do different things. You teach us how to
Yeah,
do
so we
it.
want to be consistent. You know,
Yeah.
like the check in the English is fine, but really just how the remote is applied, how you're using your tools, and those, you know, leg movements, keep a consistent side. Yes, sir.
In what you're saying, I've gotten used to not communicating at all. And
Sure.
people are impressed as hell because I don't say anything. I just stop. I move him over to the side and I stop and he sits down and the people go by with the dog.
Sure.
Some of the people that used to see him go off on their dog, they were like, "What are you doing?" And I have my little thing in my pocket.
Sure.
I don't want to know what's going on.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, they don't know I'm zapping him.
Sure.
And I said, I just been working with him, so I just want to add that.
Yeah, no, good. I'm glad to hear it.
So one question, would this be the same if I wanted to try to jog with him? You do the
Yes.
same thing?
So what I do, first you want to walk, right?
I do, yes. Right.
And then once you feel like you're very comfortable, the
Yeah.
behavior's in check, and everything's going well, I suggest walk a block, jog a block.
Okay.
Walk a block, jog a block.
You mean jog 5 steps, walk a block. Jog 5 steps.
I just was asking guys.
I'm just playing.
So if you want him to run with you,
Yeah,
I start first with a walk,
Yeah.
make sure that's good.
yeah,
Walk, jog, walk, jog,
Yeah.
okay? And
Okay.
then once you feel like he's got, because some dogs, when you start jogging,
yeah,
just go.
Right.
So it would be the same thing. You start your jogging,
Okay.
right? He
Yeah.
goes, boom, turn, tap, 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 tap,
Right.
to bring him back in, and then you try again.
okay,
Until eventually you can start jogging, and
Yeah.
you go 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks.
that's fine,
Okay?
makes sense.
Yes, it's a process.
Okay,
So now, is that all?
yep,
Look good to you,
this
look
is good, thank you.
So now we're gonna add the heel.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so as you were saying, you don't even say anything, you've just been walking because of how we taught it. Because I wanted to make sure you're using that remote. Because when I used to give people the word heel first class, what always happened is they would be using the word and not the remote.
Oh,
So I removed the word and like you're stuck with nothing but the remote.
Right.
Okay, so, excuse me, now that he's doing well, we got all that in place. Technically, if you walk out with Sykes and you don't say anything, technically, he can do whatever he wants. You have to cue the word heel to turn everything on, then everything that we've been covering or are covering goes into effect.
got it.
That's your
Okay.
on switch.
Ah.
Okay? So look at obedience as clocking him into work. Right? As soon as you say that word heel, boom, that's what's expected. He can't sniff the ground, he can't pee on anything, he can't run the dog, he can't say hi to everybody, I don't care who it is. Okay? His job is I'm clocked in right now, right? I'm not on my phone, I'm not talking to my friends, I'm not having a beer or anything, I'm on the clock.
Right.
But after this, I'm off the clock. I can have that beer even though it's only 11 o'clock, or
Right.
whatever,
Right,
right?
right.
Because I'm not working anymore. So
Okay.
once you give him that cue of heel, it's his job to pay attention and not do those things, but it's your job as the employer to make sure he's not pulling around, right? He's not
Okay.
nose on the ground and pulling the stuff you would correct him for that, like, no, you're working, okay?
Okay.
Once you cue that word, I use the word break. Break means you're done. Does he have a release word?
I use you're free.
Free, okay. So if your release word is free, that's fine. Free now means you're off the clock. Okay? At that point, he can pee, poop, roll around, sniff the ground, smoke a cigarette, I don't care.
Okay.
He's on his own time.
Okay.
And then once you're ready, heel, boom. Now it's back on the clock again.
Okay, so let me make sure, I think you use go, is that right? And I think I might use go or, go, which is a release word. So do we have to be consistent?
I suggest it.
Okay, so we have to agree on a word.
All right.
And it's one word, not a phrase, right?
A word, yeah.
It's one word, not 3 words.
Wait. First of all, I have the dog so that even before we left our burned out house, if I wanted him to go up the stairs and I said up, he does it immediately. I still use that. He doesn't like me using it. I use up and the dog goes up.
Sure.
But he'll use up and we're already like up sometimes.
No, I never use up when we're upstairs.
It is, I just don't, but I don't like it.
For that command of up, for me, I'm like, because it's not a formal command, it's more like something that you applied yourself.
Right, so I don't have to eliminate it, is all I'm saying with him. I will use go instead of free, and we should be done, so let's move on.
Okay.
Okay, so our word is
Go is
go.
established,
Okay,
okay?
so heel, after you take him out to use the bathroom, you don't say heel, you wait until he's finished, then you say heel when you're ready to start, is that correct?
Correct.
And then when you're completing your walk and you're ready to go, and you've gone inside, then you say go. Because
Now
you're
he's
taking
off
the
the
leash off, and he's free to go.
Correct.
Okay, is that right?
I think so. There was a point I was gonna make. Oh, instead of when you come out the door, you let him go free, we're going back to, I think we're gonna go to, we open the door, heel, we get out of the gate, no dogs, okay, go.
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
we should, in other words, I'm asking and suggesting, we should heel him all the way out of the door and through the gate, which is up 3 steps and through the gate we have unlocked. And then, once the way is clear, we can release him with go.
Sure.
Is that good?
Yeah, and I think this is what we talked about earlier, right?
Yeah,
You
right.
said that he wasn't for it, you said you were for
Right.
it. For me, I think that's optional.
Okay,
More structure is always better,
okay.
okay? But it's such a small amount of space in
Yeah.
this that I'm like,
It
it's
doesn't-
not the hugest thing.
Okay.
Go by how you feel. If you're like, it makes me feel better to do this, then do it, okay? As long as we don't start to see a regression in behavior. So like, let's say when he took him out, he was seeing reactivity, but when you took him out, you're not seeing it, what does that tell us?
Our way is a little better.
Yeah, it's better. Then I would say you want to apply it there because there is a distinction in terms of his behavior.
Now, how much do you charge for that? To get it in the end? Do you have the human rate charge?
I got another e-collar.
We'll take it.
So, we're going to add in that formal heel now.
Okay.
So now we're going to get more specific movements.
Okay.
We're going to cue the word heel first, and you're going to move forward that left leg.
That's right,
Okay?
okay.
And then everything else that you've been doing is going to stay the same. We're just adding that extra step there.
Okay, so before I start, I say heel.
Yes, I find it easiest heel first, then left leg.
Heel first and left leg.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it's easier for people to pick up on. Go ahead. Heel,
Heel,
left leg. Good. Go and get ready for that turn. Good. Good.
How good mom's doing?
Go ahead and get ready for that stop. Right. That's a really good. There you go. And now, go ahead and relax. So what I'm going to do here is whenever you come to a stop, if Sykes doesn't immediately stop, jump to the remote instead of the leash.
say that one more time.
When you come to a stop, if Sykes doesn't immediately sit, instead of going to the up, go to the taps first.
Okay.
And then see if he sits. And then if he looks confused as you're tapping, then apply the leash pressure.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to do that a couple more times. Heel.
Okay. Heel,
Good. Go ahead and get ready for a stop. Good. Beautiful. One more.
heel,
Good. Get ready for that stop. Excellent. That was a good sit there. Okay, now relax. There you go. Good. So, we're going to go over those terms. Okay, so I'll go over them with you. Pretty simple stuff. So, when Sykes gets ahead of you, what do you want to do?
I'm going to pull up first and not tap.
That's if he becomes, or is going to become reactive.
If he comes reactive, I mean, he
That's
doesn't
when
tap.
you do that.
But I'm gonna do this first.
Correct.
But you didn't ask that.
Oh, wait, what did you say?
So I asked her, she gave a different answer
Right,
for a
that's
different
what you
situation. So you're walking with Sykes,
Yeah.
right? He starts to get ahead of you.
Yeah.
What do we do here? You remember the important part, which is if you see a dog.
Get ahead, I'm gonna pull up.
No, you're gonna, QT.
I'm gonna tap him.
No, QT.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Jeopardy.
No.
Quick turn.
Oh, quick turn,
To the
okay.
right.
The abrupt turn to the opposite.
Tap, tap till he catches up to your left leg. Then you walk.
He gets ahead of me, I quick turn and tap.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be
I
hard
can
for you
memorize
because since he did the first lesson,
Yes.
he already, it's already built up in him.
I got it.
Right?
I'm
So-
trying to, I'll get it.
Yeah, yeah. So if he gets ahead of you and you up tap, it's gonna stop him. Okay?
Yes.
And you're in movement, you're in motion, right?
Right.
So here, if he gets ahead of you, you would quick turn tap.
Oh, I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
okay.
Now, if you see a dog or if you see reactivity or something like that, that's when you step aside and you
Okay.
do this, because that's easier to control him
Okay.
should something happen, and then also you would choke
She
a
give
little
me a
bit more.
little chance.
Okay?
I just want to make sure we got our today.
So for the turns, these are turns that we do when Sykes is paying attention. Okay? So we're going to start with the left turn, which would be called a crossover turn. This is what he was doing earlier. And when he was talking about, he was going with the left leg.
Right.
So what we're going to do here is heel, left leg, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to slow down, and you're going to turn at a sharp 90-degree angle with that right leg. Okay? Then you're going to go left leg, and you're going to cut it against that right leg, and you should be going the opposite way. So you're making a U, okay? But you're making a square. It's a really sharp 90-degree cut. So we slow down, right leg, left leg. Now keep going forward. Left leg, now right leg. There you go. Like that, okay?
Okay.
The other turn is the pivot, which is the 180 turn, which is the turn that you do when he gets ahead of you, except you're not going to worry about the formality of it. Because if he's already ahead of you, he's not paying attention, okay? So if he gets ahead, it's just turn, pat, 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 till he backs to the side, and then we can keep going, okay? But if Sykes is paying attention, it would be unfair to just turn out of nowhere. He's not going to get it, right? You want to communicate with him. So I slow down, and I extend my left leg, back on the right leg, and then turn. Now we're going the opposite way, okay? So for you, left leg, right leg, turn. Like that. That's the pivot, okay? So when Sykes is paying attention, and you need to make a 180 turn, you would use these movements, like that, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna practice these real quick.
Okay.
Yep, it's okay. Everybody screws these up, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're gonna start with the crossovers first, because that tends to be the hardest.
Okay.
So crossovers again would be right,
Yeah.
crossover right, forward left, crossover right again. That would be your left turn,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
So,
I'll say heel first, right?
yep, heel left leg,
Okay. Here we go. Heel.
yep. Now keep forward, tap, keep straight, tap, keep straight, you got it, good. You're good, it's okay, it's okay, don't worry about it, forward,
Figure out this again. So,
you got it, no worries. So,
So he didn't move.
right.
But did I not go far enough?
It's because you crossed over instead of going straight. So heel, relax, heel and straight.
Oh, heel and straight first and then crossover.
Correct.
Okay.
But technically what you did is not incorrect. Because let's say you're at the stop and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go around that way.
Right.
Heel, you would actually do that.
Okay.
And you would just keep moving.
And
But
he'll
since
come
you're still,
eventually?
and then he would follow you once you completed the turn, that's how you didn't move.
Okay.
Okay? So what you did is technically not correct, but to get used to applying it during the actual walk, you're gonna say heel, move with that left leg, come down a bit, and then go to that crossover.
Okay. All right, thanks. Let's try this again. Heel.
Yeah, it's okay. So you led with your left. It's okay, straightforward.
No,
Tap.
that was right.
That was left.
Sorry.
You're gonna cross with that right leg. Slow down. Keep forward. Left. Now get ready to cross. Right.
Oh, this
Straight through. Now left. Straight through. Right. Yeah, just power through them. Don't worry about bumping them.
you can trip over here.
And now relax.
Use your legs.
So see here.
Okay, I gotta figure this.
No, it's okay. Now keep where you're at. Don't move. Go back to where you were. Right there. Okay. What you're gonna do here is you have to pump behind it, but I'm gonna have you step forward and cross with your right leg.
Step forward with my left and my right.
Your right. Right. Now power through with your left. Now right. Bump, left, right, boom, like that. Good. Relax. Keep relaxed. Forward. Heel.
Heel. Okay. We try this again.
Yeah, now
Right.
right, left, right. Okay.
Left. It
Keep
took
forward.
Several steps to do that.
Yeah, because he wasn't lined up correctly.
Is that? So see how he's just keep moving it with my leg?
No, because you're not. There you go. Relax those arms. Keep your arms relaxed. It's because you're very tentative because you're thinking about things, right? Right, left, right. Okay. Now you're gonna make those turns a little sharper, but don't forget to slow down. It's okay. Relax. Keep straight. It's because you're thinking about everything all at once. That's what's throwing you off. Okay. Now slow down. Now get ready for that right turn. Right, left, cut in right. There you go. Much better. A little sharper. Power through. Bump. There you go. Good.
Let's try this again. Right.
Heel.
Heel. Okay.
You got it. Good. Slow. Get ready for that right turn. cut, left, cut. Right there, much better.
Now, am I supposed to be tapping too?
No, 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 there's no tapping here. It's all body language.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. He's ahead of me though. That's
Right, so then if you got ahead of you, you would do your pivot, but you're fine, you made it happen, relax.
Will we get easier when you start?
Yeah.
Right, left, right, there you go. You got it, keep forward.
You do have to pay attention. He will trip you.
Right, because, so he's not lined up correctly, that's why you're tripping. So go ahead and slow down to a stop. So this is why alignment is important, okay?
Yes,
Man.
yes. Please.
You're doing good. Okay? So you're getting there, you're fine. Okay? So by moving like, and start to cross me. Turn right into him, tap, 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 because you got out of line there.
I see.
Right, we see tap, 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 tap. Do you see how resilient he is though?
Yeah.
Like a lot of dogs. So I slow down. Right, left, right. You have to power through. And he's gonna pick it up. Right, left, right.
That's what I was doing.
There we go.
Kicking it.
Tap, 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 tap. Good. Tap, tap. Right, left, right. So don't be afraid to power through. Good. Okay? Because you're trying not to hurdle.
Right.
And what people do is they kind of try to dance around the dog.
Yeah.
He's not going to take you serious.
I knocked the crap out of him.
Because the dogs bite each other, right?
Right.
Now what I'll do in the beginning is just do a bunch of these boom, just these left turns
Yeah.
until I wear him out. And then he goes, crap, I don't want to get lead anymore.
Right.
Because you'll start to see him when you turn, he's going to start giving space.
Got it.
Well, you have to claim it, okay? Charlie, excuse me.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
You know, I've been using trees and poles to do those left turns. Because I will walk him like this, almost right into the pole, to make sure that he avoids the pole and stays between the pole as I make the turn. Is that a good thing to do?
I mean, you can do it like as an additional.
That's what- yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt, like, in my opinion. Good, heel. And the crossover turn is the hardest turn to do, just so you know.
All right, let's see. Heel. Down.
Right, left, yeah. You got it, good. You just make it happen. Relax those arms. There you go. There you go. Yeah, but you see that second turn in, he was actually moving with you. Right, left, right. Keep forward. Relax. There you go. Now come to a stop here. Those turns got progressively easier. Could you feel that?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to try it again. Heel to the left turns. We're going to do another backs, then we'll do the pivots, okay?
Heel left and then, okay.
Correct. Heel.
Heel.
Good. Right, left, right. There you go. She was just prepping for the turn there.
No, I know. My sister keeps
Oh.
this isn't me. This is
Hello.
To do a pivot.
my sister walks in too, but she's in town.
Sure, yeah. And these videos are, if she goes on our YouTube, just look up Sykes and she can watch them there as well. Go ahead and slow down. Get ready for a left turn. Yep, you got it. Good job. And then slow to a stop. So right there, because I told you last minute, get ready for a left turn, right?
Yeah.
And then, because he was paying attention, it allowed you to take your time to just calculate, right? So that when you went into the turn, he was still able to complete with you.
Yeah.
That's what we did last week. Last week allowed Sykes to start paying attention to you,
Yeah.
focus on you, that he was able to do that, even though it was like last minute, right? So now we're going to do the pivots. So that's going to be the left, right, left. Right, like that. Perfect. Yep. See how he turned with you already? Go ahead and just go from there. Heel.
Heel. Heel.
Good. There you go. You're fine. Now keep forward, keep forward, keep forward, keep forward. You got it. Good. Relax those arms.
Okay. Left, right.
Hey, Corey, did she play with them yesterday? Has she played with them already? I wouldn't try with Reggie, because yesterday Maddie tried to put her in there with Summer, and it was a problem. Left, right, left. So, left, yep, there you go. The other, yeah, no, you're leading with the wrong foot. It's the left foot.
Left.
Right.
Oh, right.
There you go, left. You're doing right, left, right.
Left, right.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
There you go.
Now, because you're doing a pivot there, like a hard pivot, so it's step out, so forward left, back on right. It's technically correct. I just feel like you're doing more work than you need to. Okay? So let me show you, and if that's what's better for you, I don't care. What I care about is that Sykes is reading your body language, okay? So what you're doing is this, this.
Yep.
Okay, so you're adding like that twist on your left turn. So it's, I do this.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Okay. Like that. Yeah. If that's more comfortable for you. Okay.
Is it all right? I usually just do this. Is it all right?
It might be a bit abrupt for him, tap, to catch.
Okay. Just tap.
There you go. Keep your arms relaxed. You're doing better. Right, left. There you go. If he keeps, there you go. No, that's fine, because he's turning with you right there. Right, left. Tap, 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 tap. Keep straight. Keep straight. Yeah. Commit. Yeah. Always commit to your direction. Okay. Goes in left, right, left. You got it. So he turned with you right there. Good. Relax those arms. Good. We're going to do one more pivot. And slow to stop. Perfect. Good. So what I suggest this week, one I would maybe at least once a day walk some. So you know, because this is, as you can see, very coordinated.
Record this part. Record this part so that they have it on tape. Once, at least once.
Once a day?
Because you're going to forget the stuff you don't.
Okay.
And for at least 20 minutes.
For at least 20 minutes. 20, 25 minutes?
Chandler, you got this?
Are you gonna go with me?
No, you're
No!
You have the afternoon shift then.
So, because you will forget most stuff. So practicing it regularly will help. 20 minutes is good, at least once a week. Okay? Doctor's orders. Dr. Doolittle. What I suggest at the beginning of the walk, do 5 heels,
5 heels.
stops. Okay?
Oh, just heel,
And then
stop.
heels, walk a little bit, stop.
Okay.
Then you'll do 5 heels, walk a little bit,
Yeah.
to the left turn. Okay? And then 5 heels, walk a little bit, pivot. Okay, so you're not going to get far. You can do like a little stretch, like this, right?
Yeah.
But you're warming yourself up. You're getting that in your muscle memory.
Okay.
Because the hard part's going to be you're walking. Oh, I'm going to turn left at Michigan.
Yeah.
Right. Then you have to time it and then turn so that it's fluid.
Right.
Okay? So it can be awkward in the beginning. It is for everybody.
Okay.
So doing this in the beginning just warms you up, gets the muscle memory going. Then you start your walk.
Got
Okay.
it.
Once you've mastered the turns, and you're like, yeah, I do this in my high school.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so once you learn it, so for me, I can't do this wrong. I'm so used to turning like this, and I'm so used to pivoting and all that. Like even when I walk normally, with
That's
no
how you
doubt,
do it?
how I walk. It's just I don't do like this, right? I'm just like a casual turn, but it's still led with those same movements.
Right.
I do this all day, every day. Okay. So that'll be your homework for this week. I'm glad to hear your activity is doing better. Definitely, if you're on the same page as everybody else, it's going to keep everything very consistent and make even more progress. Okay?
Okay. Can I do those right turns a couple times before we leave? So
Yeah, real quick. And I got a client right after you. Good.
Horrible.
You shot one of the trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was good, but you want to make sure you slow down prior to that turn. That's why that was kind of difficult there. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Good. Right, left. Good.
That's what it's doing?
That's for the pivots. That's correct. Left, right, left. Try a left turn again. Right, left, right. There you go.
Okay.
Tap. Good. So if you feel like it's awkward or it's not going as smoothly, it's because you're not slowing down. Okay?